No? Yes? No
I
one's
did.
shaking their head or nodding. I did.
It's Bree. I can't see anybody. I can just hear you guys talking. So, I did, and the only thing the girl said to me, this was at the gym, and she was like, "I just want my belly gone,"
Oh,
and I was like,
good.
"Okay, well, I can help you with that." And she was like, "No, I'm doing my own thing," and I said, "Okay." So I tried.
Glad you're doing your own thing. If at any time you're not happy with your results, just let me know and I'll still be here doing my thing.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. Or you get the dumbing down of, well, if you just eat less calories and go to the gym more, you'll lose all your weight. No, you won't. Not true. Not true. Not how it works. We've already proven it scientifically. Anybody else with any fun connections this week? Anybody with a new enrollment this week? Did anybody enroll anybody new?
I did.
You did? Becca.
Yes, I enrolled, let's see, 3 people and 2 on my downline.
Wow, Becca, you are on fire.
Good job, Becca.
I'm going from lukewarm to on fire.
Nice. Wow.
I just need to get more people below me to share.
The fact that you did 3 in your downline as well means you're co-creating with your team. Way to go, Becca.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks.
Becca has a great background in sales too. She does it almost like naturally, like she just comes across as just wonderful.
Bless your heart.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's called muscle memory. Anything that you learn and repeat eventually becomes natural. It's never natural the first time you do it. It isn't. I don't know. Do any of you guys drive a standard transmission? You guys know how to drive a standard?
Yep.
Remember when you first did it and you'd say the numbers out loud? 1, 2, 3, and you're saying them out loud. And then you stop saying them out loud, but your mouth was still moving. Then in your head, you're thinking 1, 2, and then eventually you're just changing gears. You're not thinking about it, right?
I don't think I counted. I think I said a lot of, oh, crap. Oh, crap. I have to do something now, don't I? Oh, crap.
Here comes the hill.
Right after my wife and I were married, we moved from where we're married in Ottawa to our first church, which is a 6-hour drive away. And I had bought a standard transmission car, and she didn't drive standard. So I drove the moving truck. She drove the car by herself. And we had to drive through the 3rd largest city in North America, Toronto. And she's in a standard. And she went the whole way, bless her heart. Didn't bother, but didn't. Now, the way you learn, though, is in the wintertime. Go to a parking lot where it's snowy, so it doesn't matter when you pop the clutch, because the wheels just kind of spin in the snow. You do it that way, you got her down. Not a lot of help here in El Paso.
Mm-mm.
This weekend, I was training live in Ottawa, and I was talking about what we're talking about today, about the product. And a young man spoke up and said, yeah, I've been using the script since our Red and White event. I enrolled 4 value packs this week. And the room kind of went wild. He says, honestly, just read it like he tells you to read it. Don't memorize it. Just read it. It works. Well, they didn't believe me, and we're still talking about the product line. And he gets up and leaves the room. I thought he's going to go pee or something. He comes back 10 minutes later and says, yeah, and sometimes when you read it, they actually buy the Ultimate Pack. That's why I left the room. I got a text for a guy who wanted to get started. I went outside and read the script to him, and I just sold an Ultimate Pack while you guys are still discussing whether you should use the script or not. So it works. It's just something that's very strange to people because Isagenix has never talked about how we talk about the product line. There's no training on it, which is weird because usually when you're selling something, someone tells you what to say, but there's no training at all. There never has been. We're 15 years old. Now, the big training that happened was at New Year's kickoff this year, we changed the name of the pack. So the Business Builders Pack became the Ultimate Pack. Now, all they had to say at New Year's kickoff was this one thing. The reason we call it the Ultimate Pack is that the largest team in the world, Herman Patty Cepeda's team from South Carolina, they've been calling the Business Builders Pack the Ultimate Pack for 3 years. They've made an extra $1 million a year doing it. Now, you don't need to say anything else. An extra $1 million a year, then I'll call the Business Builders Pack Bob. I don't care. Give it any name you want. If it makes me an extra $1 million a year, I'll put a tutu on it and call it Lucille. I don't care. You know, who cares what the name is? Now, if the Ultimate Pack is here, the President's Pack is half the price, so it got the name of the value pack, half the price of the first one. Now, had I had my druthers, we would have got rid of the numbers in the names. Why do you think I don't want any numbers in the names of our pack?
Because you're establishing value.
Establishing value. How long are we suggesting they're going to have to do it? 30 days. Yeah. And when you put a number attached to nutrition, it's always a diet.
Mm-hmm.
Why? Diets have numbers on them. They just do. They have numbers on them. Right? But instead, we ended up with the 30-day and the 30-day premium. Now, we like to call the 30-day the introductory pack because it really is the smallest 30-day experience they can have, and it's really just a tiny introduction into the product line. Now, when you do this from the top down and do it briefly, it changes how the other person hears what you're sharing with them. If you start at the bottom and go up, they hear a completely different thing. The number one reason why people buy the packs that they buy is what end you start at. And we've proven it. We've actually taken Isagenix millionaires who are 7-figure annual income earners. So they make $1 million a year, and they've never sold a value pack in their life. They start at the other end, and all of a sudden they're selling value packs. Well, they're not talking to different people. They're just talking to people differently. That's all. Now, why do we care? Why do we want someone, for their sake, to start with a larger pack instead of a smaller pack?
Because they're getting the best of the best.
They're getting the best of the best. Absolutely. Absolutely. It really increases the percentages of who's going to hit their health goal, doesn't it? One of my mentees from Edmonton, Alberta, she's actually kept track of it. If someone starts with a value pack, 96% of the time they reach their goal. And that's all she tells people. I've kept track of it. 96% of the time, if you start with all 3 systems in the value pack, you'll hit your health goal. It drops the lower you get. So they're going to get a better chance to reach their goal. And another reason for that happening is also because of the retention. The smaller packs have small retention rates to them. If you start with a 9-day, that's what I always do when I say the word 9-day. Because if you sign someone with a 9-day, you must hate their guts. Honestly. It's the meanest thing you could ever do to someone is say, do a 9-day cleanse. Why don't you just punch them in the face and get it over with? Okay? You don't like them. You know? Poison their cat. But don't put them on a 9-day, honestly.
I started with a 9-day.
Me too. Me too.
But
And
by
I wish
day
you'd
5,
poison-
I was buying a 30-day, so
And I wished I'd poisoned my cat.
I don't tell anybody that, though. I would never, ever tell anybody that's what I started with. Because
I tell people, then I say it sucked.
or I did.
Back then, we didn't have pre-cleanse days. So you just started with a double-day cleanse, right? So me being a really smart guy, I drank beer and ate pizza the day before and then did a back-to-back cleanse days, 2 days in a row. And this isn't back when we had all your frou-frou-y little ice-at-a-lady things. No, you drank water and you had cleanse and you sucked it up for 2 days. Do you know what that feels like after the day before you having beer and pizza to do back-to-back cleanse day? No fun. No fun at all. And 5 shake days, no little in-betweeners, shake, nothing until lunch, shake, and then a 400-calorie meal. No little things like we teach now. The protein pacing didn't exist. You just gutted it out. And then you ended with 2 back-to-back cleanse days. Now, I'm going to ask this question. Do any of you have wonderful, enormous energy on your second cleanse day? There it is. Yeah. Now, when that happens, from the rest of us on the planet, don't paste it on Facebook, okay? Because we want to drive to your house and shoot you. Just saying. I'm on my second cleanse day. I feel like I could rebuild my house. I have so much energy. And the rest of us hate you with all of our hearts. We really do. Now, we shouldn't, but honestly, you haven't eaten in 48 hours and you have lots of energy. Are you high? Are you doing cocaine? None of us believe you. Now, double cleanse days don't affect everybody the same way. That's all I'm saying, you know? So if you start with a 9-day, only 19% of people are still ordering at the 6-month mark. You lose 81% of them. That's a big loss. 19% are still ordering. If they start with a 30-day, that jumps to 26. Not a huge jump, but to 26. Now, if they start with a value pack, that jumps to 40. Twice as much as the 9-day. If they start with an ultimate pack, it jumps to 56. Now, I've been teaching, starting people, encouraging people to start with business builders packs and ultimate packs for 4 years. And for most of those 4 years, I was a pariah. You don't know what you're talking about. You're a dummy. Stop saying this. And then we got the statistics that the highest retention rate in all of Isogenics is people who start with the largest pack, the ultimate pack. The language we give you for the ultimate pack is simple. If you think anybody in your house is going to be nibbling on your superfood other than you, you need an ultimate pack or you're going to run out of product before the month runs out. So you should get it. By the way, because of how it's packaged, it's tax deductible. Now, the thing that sells the ultimate pack is the last line. By the way, because of how it's packaged, it's tax deductible. Because the average American gets $341 back on that pack, which means that pack actually costs $750, $200 more than the value pack. If you see what's in an ultimate pack compared to what's in a value pack and realize there's only a $200 difference, you buy the ultimate pack. But most people never see it because there's nothing to compare it. Sarah, do you guys yet have a comparison thing where you show what's in the packs all on one page?
We do, but the ultimate's not on it.
Yeah.
We
You
do
have to make it up.
pack, pace setter, which the company doesn't talk about, and then the 30-day.
You can make it by doing some cutting and pasting. A number of my teams have made it, and what they do is they show the ultimate pack, and then they list off everything that's on it, and then the value pack, and then list everything that's on it, and then the 30-day premium. And of course, you start comparing the size of the list. And just the size of the list, you go, holy smoke, there's a lot in that thing. There is. Most people never see a picture of it. They never get told what's in it. They don't even get told that it exists. And they don't get told because it's scary to mention the 1099 number. Most people do a mental credit check and decide that the other person is too broke to mention it to them, so they just edit it out. Like I did all this training for an hour on the product line, and someone raises their hand and says, my daughter's in the start group. Are you telling me she should use the script too? And I said, no, she's too young. She should just sell 9 days. Of course you should read the script. Just read the script. The purpose of the script is to say, I'm not selling you anything. I'm going to show you your 4 options, and then I'm going to support you no matter how you start. I'm just not going to lie to you. Just going to show you 4 options. Whatever you pick, I'm going to cheer. I'm not trying to sell you the pack I started with, especially not Sarah and I. We're not trying to sell you the pack we started with. No. Right? Now, that's for their sake. How about for your sake? Does anybody know what's the BV on a 30-day?
164.
164 is correct. How about the BV on a value pack?
Oh, I forget.
$320. That looks like 100% more BV, doesn't it?
Mhm.
Ooh. What are the 2 forms of pay that you can receive every week that are exclusively connected to BV?
Your cycles.
Cycles, yes. 300 to one side, 600 to the other. You just cycled, you just earned $54. The second one you only get when you're paid as executive.
Oh, your executive match.
Yes, matching cycles. Matching cycles are weird. They're weird and wonderful. Jim Coover, because he's a genius, he will give you 10% of the cycles that your personally enrolled earn forever. For instance, Holly DeMont. She enrolled Lori Harder and Emily Vavra, personally enrolled. That means she's going to earn $150,000 a year in matching cycles from those 2 enrollments for the rest of her life. Wow. Too bad this business doesn't pay, huh? So, from 2 enrollments, right? It doesn't start at the beginning, but as your business builds, this creates one of your revenue streams. The fact that if you'll mentor and train people to how to do what you do, Jim will give you a 10% kiss in the cheek. Not from them, from Jim. Now, it's important to realize this is one of the things that exposes what a team sport Isagenix is. One, you've got the executive match. Then you've got how they tally the executive bonuses. After 1 star, 2 star and above, they just don't count what you're doing. They count what 4 levels below you are doing. And if you're showing people 4 levels below you how to do this business, they give you more money. And it's a lot more money. They give out $100,000 every 30 days in the different sections of the pool. So one of my mentees, she just hit 5-star. And she said, I just earned $7,000 in the pool for the month. And she said, I've never earned $7,000 in the pools before. This is fantastic. What a wonderful kiss in the cheek. Just a $7,000 kiss. Why? Because if she goes 4 PET below her, her people are learning how to do what she's doing. Now, this is where the business model shifts a little bit from just sales to being a mentoring business. And it really is, once you've got enough sales going on, you have to shift into that other gear and start being a mentoring and training business. You're showing people how to do what you do. Now, this is hard because most of us have worked in business situations where it was competitive to get the dollar. If you got the dollar, the person beside you didn't get the dollar. In Isagenix, it doesn't work that way because there's no shortage of dollars. Now, I know that sounds Pollyanna, but with only 2% of all the product users in the world trying to get paid every week, there's only about 10,000 people trying to do this as a business. That's 10,000 people going after the profits on $1 billion a year. There's no shortage of dollars. And that's important to realize, or you can foolishly start competing with your own downline. Don't compete with your downline. Why? It kills the team. And the team is where all the long-term money comes from. Does that make sense to everybody? I've had people at the 3-star level realize that they'd been competing with their team all along. And it wasn't until their team passed them and they saw the effect it did to their income that they realized, I shouldn't have been competing with them. I should have been helping them. It's hard to imagine, but it's real. It's really real. Now, BV creates cycles and matching cycles. And we said a second ago that the value pack created 100% more BV than the 30-day. So if you enroll people with value packs, wouldn't it make sense that those would create 100% more cycles and matching cycles? Does that math work? almost, except for we were wrong on the 100% part. You see, someone enrolling with a value pack will actually generate 400 to 500% more BV than someone who's enrolled with a 30-day does. So they'll actually increase your cycles by 400 and 500% more. And that's because of retention. Not only do they buy a larger pack to start with, they have larger auto ships, and they're on auto ship for so much longer because they started with a larger pack. Does that make sense? So if you, Sarah, have you already shared the script on a Facebook page with everybody else?
I don't think so. I can get
Okay,
it.
so if you go to evolvedeconomy.com, our website, the script is always there. So if you find yourself out someday and you don't have the script on you, haul out your phone and just go www.evolvedeconomy.com. Every time I say it, I realize we no longer have to say www, but I still do because, well, you know, we used to have to say that. So go to evolvedeconomy.com. In the middle of the page, you'll see that post of the Imagine Nutrition Could Transform card. Look to the right of that, and down the right-hand side, you'll see this writing of a script. That is the product script, and you always have it.
Oh, I guess I didn't get it.
It's always in your phone.
Just kind of mess with it, but I will get it.
Now, the script, when you read it, takes about 70 seconds. The biggest mistake you're going to make is you're going to add to it. You're going to stop and say, well, now I've got to say these extra 4 things that PK didn't say. It'll actually ruin it. And it's because of what we call a time magnet. The most time you give a pack, people will psychologically be driven to that pack. So I've had people read the script, and then when they get to the 30-day, show all the different types of customizable 30 days that people could buy. Well, guess what? People only bought the 30 days because they talked more about the 30-day than they did any other pack. It says what it says on purpose. Now, little pause as an aside. There's another concept out there that we call the PK pack. And all the PK pack is if you've got someone who's interested in the ultimate pack and they think as a couple they might do the product experience together. If you add a shake and cleanse pack to an ultimate pack and a couple shares what's in that, they get the most luxurious experience in superfood possible. They basically get 2 of everything for the month. And if they just enroll one other person with a value pack the same week, they end up spending less than a value pack for their whole product line. So the idea is you'd enroll the wife first with a shake and cleanse pack. Now we need what's in that pack in order to give them that experience, but we also need her to enroll with at least 100 BV. And the shake and cleanse pack is 105. Then she enrolls her husband with the ultimate pack. That way she's halfway to consultant, and she now gets the BV, the PIDs, and the double PIDs. Then the same week, you help this couple find one person that will sign up on the other leg to the wife with a value pack. Because you do it the same week, of course, it doubles up the PIDs. That means that the wife who joined first gets paid 5 different ways. First, she becomes a consultant, $50 bonus. Second, she did it the first week. She became what we called a crystal consultant, which is another $50 bonus. Now, that isn't something new from Isagenix. We just recommend when you enroll someone, put a little skin in the game, let them know that you'll match the $50 from Isagenix if they do it the first week. It's no money from you. You're getting $100 for making the consultant. Just split it with anybody who does it the first week. Why? Because it works. The record is held by a couple here in Texas. They had 6 crystal consultants in 1 week. How would you like to pop your consultant numbers by 6 in a week? All just by splitting the commission with somebody. So, number 1, she went consultant $50. Number 2, she went Crystal Consultant, $50. Number 3, the value pack and the ultimate pack allows her to cycle the first week, $54. Then number 4, double PIBs in the value pack is $160, and the double PIBs on the ultimate pack is $300. You add all of that up, it adds up to $614 they get back instantly. Now that's a deal, but remember, they're going to be able to claim that 1099 pack out as a tax deduction on their 1099 tax form. Your average family gets between $200 and $340 back at tax time off that 1099 deduction. We claim the smaller number because we like to underpromise and overproduce, but we know for most people it's $340. But just add the $200 on. $614 plus $200 is $814. That means they invest $1,300, they get back $814. It means they only pay $486 for all that product. And in fact, most people pay less than $350 for the product. It's the best deal they can ever have. Plus, you showed them the business right out the gate. You don't need to explain to them that there's a business because they made $600 their first week. It becomes pretty self-explanatory. Have any of you guys ever sold a PK pack before? No? No? Only water. That's if you're enrolling a couple. If it's just a single, simply read the script to them. Now I have it out here on my phone. I think I held it at my phone. Here we go. It's in my phone. Oh, but my phone won't enlarge it for me. So a couple things that the script does. One, it starts at the top and goes down. The ultimate pack is shared very briefly. We don't go into a lot of detail what's in it because the only reason people really buy it because it's tax deductible. When you say it's tax deductible, you've already sold it. You'll be surprised how many people will buy it when you just say that one sentence. By the way, because of how it's packaged, it's tax deductible, and you're done. I had one gal from Chicago. I said, how did it go? She said 12 seconds. I said, what took 12 seconds? She said, it took me 12 seconds to sell an ultimate pack. I said, how did you do it in 12 seconds? She says, when I said it was tax deductible, she hauled out her Visa card and told me to stop talking. She didn't want to hear anything else. Why? I want the tax deductible one. Now, imagine how many ultimate packs you haven't sold because you've never mentioned it. Because it's really hard for them to buy that pack you won't mention. Lauren Sims from Colorado made a mistake at a start group wind down Wednesday. She's beside one of my students, and Lauren's a student of mine as well, but she forgot what we call the top pack. So she turns to Marcia and says, Marcia, tell everybody why they should start with the top pack. Marcia's thinking, wow, ballsy move. We're selling an ultimate pack at a start meeting. Okay, you're the boss. So she tells everybody why they should start with an ultimate pack. Well, as soon as she starts talking, Lauren's thinking, what are you doing? You can't mention the ultimate pack of the start group. Are you crazy? Why are you doing this? But she can't say it out loud because they're in front of the group. So she lets her sell the ultimate pack. And it was a terrible mistake because only 6 people bought it. Only 6. Then afterwards, during the leadership debrief, they went, how many could we have sold if we'd ever mentioned it before? Because the first time we mentioned it, we sold 6. 640 BV for the whole team to share. Wow, that's for one. 6 of them is 4,000 BV. Just because you mention it. So there's a very clear rule here. Every once in a while, the first time you read the script, someone buys the ultimate pack. Please do not do any of these 3 things. Number 1, do not try to talk them out of it. They want the ultimate pack, let them get it. It's still It has a 30-day money-back guarantee. Don't worry about that. 2, try not to laugh in their face because, let's face it, it's the first time you read it and someone actually bought the thing. You've never mentioned it before, and they bought it. And 3, most importantly, try not to pee your pants, because that's happened too. Because let's face it, first time you're sharing it, they say, I want the ultimate pack. You've never sold a 1099 pack before. A little squeezes out, you know? So then you've got to share your PIBs to, you know, dry clean their couch. So don't do that part either. So no laughing in their face, no talking about it, and no peeing your pants, because it does happen. We had one gal in Ontario, first time she ever uses the script. The woman says, I want the top one. She says, oh, really? Yeah. Oh, can I show you how to get it paid for? What do you mean? Well, if we sign up 2 of your friends with the same size pack, you'll get back $750. So $750, I know my taxes, I'm only paying $750 for it. Then it's free. So within 72 hours, she signed up 2 friends with Ultimate Pack. And the next week, these 2 did Value Pack, Ultimate Pack, and 2 Value Ultimate Packs. So within 14 days, they sold 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Ultimate Packs, all from a leader who'd never mentioned it before. Never came out of her mouth before. They really can't pick a pack you don't mention. Just mention it. Now, we're not trying to sell it. We're just wanting them to hear the number 1099. So that when they then hear that the value pack is only $559, what mathematical conclusion do they come to? First one's $10.99, second one's $5.59. What's the math? It's half price. They have what we call a Kohl's moment.
They never have.
Ever shop at Kohl's?
Just,
Mhm.
They circle your receipt when you're stepping out and tell you exactly how much you saved. $550. Yeah. And that's when they decide, I want to listen to more about that second pack. Now, guys, it sounds ridiculous. That's why they changed the names. They changed the names of the packs so that you would say the Ultimate Pack first. So the second one was called the Value Pack because it's obviously half price. Why that isn't really obvious, I don't know. But that's why they changed the name from President's Pack to Value Pack. Yet, I just saw a post from the Canadian Corporate Board that said, good, better, best. 30-day premium, Value Pack. I'm sorry, your most expensive pack can't be called value. Hello? You can't call it that. And nowhere do they even mention the Ultimate Pack. You start at the bottom and go up, you sell the bottom pack. You just do. The first number that comes out of your mouth establishes the perceived value of your whole product line. So if you're always saying, well, our first pack is $275, then your whole product line is worth $275. Everything above $275 is an extravagance. But if the first word out of your mouth is $10.99, then everything in your product line is worth $10.99. Then everything below it is just a compromise. People will compromise down to $5.59. They won't extravagance up to $5.59. They won't do it. And that's all we're doing. That's why the Ultimate Pack is only 5 lines long. We're not trying to sell it. We just want to say $10.99 so we can say $5.59. That's all we're trying to do. That's it. Now, we take some license here, and it's a good thing. We dumb down your understanding of the Value Pack. Isagenix would accurately tell you that the Value Pack has 5 pillars of health: shakes, ionics, cleanse, complete essentials, and telomere support. The only problem is no one knows what 3 of those are. What's an ionics, what's a complete essential, and what the heck's a telomere? So you kind of lost them a little bit. And none of us can keep 5 things in our short-term memory. We dropped 2 of them. So we dumbed it down to 3. And there are 3 things that everybody knows what they are. We're going to replace 2 of your 3 meals for the entire month. Please get used to making that statement. Our program is meal replacement, not supplement. When someone says, is this a supplement company? No. It's a meal replacement company. Why do you think it's important to make it very clear we're doing meal replacement? Why does that matter?
So that they don't think it's on top of what they're already eating and spending.
That's right. That's right. I think it's Beachbody. Their shake has 150 calories in it. 150 calories is not meal replacement. If you try to do meal replacement on 150 calories, you will run something over on the street just so you can eat it. It's not enough food. It isn't. It's not meal replacement. That's why ours have as many calories as they have in them, so they're full meal replacement. So three things. 2 of your 3 meals for the entire month. We address all of your snacking needs, and we address your mineral and vitamin deficiency. Now let's back up to snacking. When someone says, oh, just get the 30-day and snack healthily. Oh, really? They know how to snack healthily. Really? They're talking to you because they don't know how to snack healthily. You know, most people don't bankrupt their health on their meals. It's the little things around the meals that are killing them. Yet we tell people, figure it out on your own. No, don't figure it out on your own. Use our snacks. Use our isolites. Use our bars. Use our little Scooby snacks. Use ours. Why? Because you're snacking on the wrong thing. We're going to address your snacking needs. And then we're going to address your mineral and vitamin deficiency. And notice how we said that. We didn't say we've got vitamins for them. What does everyone already have at home? A giant bottle of vitamins that they bought at Costco 8 years ago, and they're still trying to eat it. So if you say we have vitamins, they say, I already have vitamins. Then you have to say, yeah, but your vitamins suck. No, they don't. Yes, they do. And you're not getting anywhere. So we focus on mineral and vitamin support. Now, does anyone remember John Anderson's not so sexy superhero name? What was his nickname? Anybody know? No? He was known before Isogenics as, dun, 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 the Mineral Man. And that's because he proved to the health community, if you increase your vitamin input, but you don't increase your mineral input, you're only creating very expensive pee. You pee out all the vitamins. The minerals are the key to it. That's why we talk about minerals so much with our product line. So mineral and vitamin support. Now, when you package it that way, the 3 essential systems are in the value pack. Then the 2 of the essential systems are in the 30-day premium pack, meals and snacks. And then only 1 of the systems is in the 30-day. If you describe their options as 3 systems, 2 systems, 1 system, nobody picks 1 system. Now think of the other way of doing this. All you need is a 30-day. Well, if you need some extras, we'll get you the Pacesetter pack or the 30-day premium. And if you're the Sultan of Brunei and you need everything handed to you on a silver platter, you can get the President's Pack or Value Pack. Well, that's a completely different way of looking at what we're doing, isn't it? No, you need all 3 systems. You might compromise down to 2. You don't want to go down to 1. And that's why we give that little saying at the bottom of the script, which says, we've all taken a solemn vow. Friends don't let friends cleanse without ice of the light. Just to let them know we want to make sure they're snacking. Now, if you read it, it literally takes 70 to 80 seconds based on how fast you read. That's it. The brevity matters. Don't add to it. Just read it and then answer any questions they have. Now, you'll notice in the script, we don't give out the prices for the 30-day premium or the 30-day. We just show them the prices for the Ultimate Pack or the Value Pack. Don't worry about it. Don't add in the numbers. Leave the numbers just where they are. It will increase the percentage of people who stay at the Value Pack. You'll have people say, I'm interested in the 2-system one. What's that one? Well, that's about $400. Okay. But don't hand it out. $10.99, $5.59, and then just describe the packs going down below. Please, please, please don't add to it. Don't subtract from it, because all of you will be tempted not to read the 5 lines about the ultimate pack because you think you're going to have diarrhea or a stroke. It's a diarrhea moment, but you're not going to, well, you might have diarrhea, but you won't have a stroke. I don't know about your bowel. But what will happen is you'll be enrolling people with larger packs from the get-go. The international average for value packs is 8% of enrollment are value packs. Our minimum is 30. Some people from day one jump to 70% value packs. And some of our mentees, 4 years later, it's 100%. They don't sell anything below a value pack. They sell value packs and ultimate packs and nothing below. All because they've kept using the system and mastering the skill. Please don't memorize it. Don't memorize this. Read it. Read it so that the other person can see how simple this is to share. If you memorize it, you're convincing the other person they can never do what you're doing. You don't want to be slick. You want to appear to be fairly normal, if not a little dull. Drool in your soup just a little bit. Keep it simple. We have one Isagenix millionaire who keeps a laminated copy of the script in her purse. She hauls out the laminated copy and reads it in public at launch parties. And people join with value packs. Now, inevitably, some other leader at the launch party comes up to her afterwards and said, you know, Teresa, that would look way more professional if you memorized it. And she says, I'm not trying to look professional, you big dummy. I'm trying to look normal. They already know I'm an Isagenix millionaire. It gives them a million reasons why they can't do what I'm doing. I'm never memorizing this. I'm always going to read it. Now, inevitably, the leader says, any chance you've got a spare copy? And that's when she hauls out the spares that she has laminated Office Max and hands them out. Well, I am an Isagenix millionaire. I'm not a dummy. And she hands them out to everybody. So we know it works. It's proven. The big question is, will you dare to do it? And that's not a rhetorical question. Will you dare to try this week? Yes? Yes? See my bifocals up. Bree is nodding at me. Tessa, Becca. Selena is on hold and we don't see her face, so I don't know.
Selena's at
Selena,
work.
Okay. We believe you're going to do it, Selena.
She's
willing to try.
She enrolled, I think, 3 people last week.
Wow.
Yeah.
Excellent.
I think I enrolled 1 and promoted 1 consultant, but everybody's doing great.
Yay.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent. So find this in a way that it's on you. When you get to the point of the enrollment where you're giving them their options, just read it to them. And trust me, it works. Okay? I know it seems weird because there's never been a script for the products before. This is the only one that exists in the world. But it does work. I sat beside a gal in Toronto and she had just won a big award. I said, how did you do that? She says, well, 70% of my enrollments have been President's Packs from day one. I said, wow, 70%, that's amazing. How did you do that? And she looked at me and said, Barb gave me a script that I think you wrote. I just read your script. I said, really? She says, I've never done anything else. I was told to read the script, so I just read the script. So you've never, no, so no, I have 70% value packs. Why would I do anything else? But she was kind of amazed that I didn't know that I was why she was making value packs. Never crossed my mind. Oh, well. So that's our homework this week. Keep trying to ask the magic question, and we get to the rolling part of the question, show them all 4 pack options using the script. Willing to try that? Next week, we're going to learn how to turn them into a consultant. And we're going to give you a scripted process, what to say during the first 30 days of the person's product experience so that you can increase the percentage of people who get their products paid for. Our goal is to change the international average, which today is 15%, to 50%. I'm wanting all of my students to set the same goal. Half of the people that I enroll are getting their products paid for, period. And don't think it's not possible. I have students that are already doing it. I have one gal, her rate is 65%. 65% of her associates go consultant. So it's doable, guys. It's completely doable, but we'll learn next week exactly how to do it, okay? Have a wonderful Easter weekend.
Thank you. You too.
Thanks, PK. You too.
See you, folks.
Thank
Bye.
you.